Good morning, Britain. Our
Good morning.
breaking news this morning. The former Deputy Prime Minister and Labour veteran, John Prescott, Lord Prescott, has died at the age of 80. Government. And Chumbawamba at the Brit Awards. These are sort of out at you, don't they? A politician. He always do sort of dance around and try and say...
with a question you hadn't asked.
I mean, I just had to say we have to leave it there, I'm afraid. We'll find that clip. Basically, what you're saying is John Prescott would have been cancelled. His family dealing with his loss. And, you know, as a journalist, as an interviewer, he was totally prepared
and he was on
to have
script,
a fight.
you know.
The Commission has called on them to make a suitable donation. Yeah.
But that's up.
Said they're pleased with the Charity Commission's unequivocal findings regarding the Ingram Moors misconduct. And we join the Charity Commission in imploring the Ingram Moors to... It can be donated to well-deserving charities as intended by the late Captain Sir Tom Moore.
Sure.
Yeah. We have the need for further action. Hope so. Worried about that because he says he's going to end the...
Well, that's...
In the election over there compared to an election here. When we have an election here, the new Prime Minister takes over the next day.
Yeah.
Over in America, Joe Biden can do whatever he likes,
That's
it
right.
seems.
Up and
can do what he wants.
Right.
He's still president.
What's next should always be the question. I'm not a dog. Yes. What's next?
Oh, licking his wounds, you mean?
6, at his care home, surrounded by his family. He had been living with Alzheimer's. In a statement released as we came on air this morning, his family said he'd spent his life fighting for social justice, trying to improve the lives of others and protecting the environment.
Well, he was first elected as MP for Hull East back in 1970. And he went on to hold that seat for almost 40 years before becoming a member of the House of Lords. The tabloids, you might remember, dubbed him Two Jags after it emerged that he had 2 official Jaguar cars. He also famously punched a man who'd thrown an egg at him at point-blank range while on the election campaign trail. Let's look back with James Goodison.
This was invented for John Prescott, wasn't it?
What was never fully appreciated when he punched that jerk who threw the egg at him straight away was that the guy had thrown the egg that far away, very hard, and it had gone straight... I interviewed him once about it, and it had gone straight into his inner ear, and it really hurt.
Yeah.
So he thought he'd been punched. It felt like he'd been punched. Now, we know it was an egg, so that makes it sound a bit... So I never blamed him a split second for doing that.
He was obviously, you know, hugely impressive, important part of that new Labour and had so many very strong political values. But the punch and the fact that the moments that just jump out of Prescott...
It made him real. It made him accessible.
He was the right thing.
Oh,
yeah.
He would... And if he didn't want to answer it, he'd say...
Because it's fun, and he was such a terrifically honest, down-to-earth, real politician.
Straight
and we
guy.
send our love to his friends and family this morning. That is our main news. We're going to be joined by the former Labour Minister, Caroline Flint, who spent a lot of time, of course, with Lord Prescott, and former Conservative Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng to give their thoughts and tributes to the man who has died at the age of 86, a giant of a politician.
It's the end of an era with people like them, isn't it? End of an era.
Right, now here's Kate with the rest of the day's...
Welcome back. It's 17 minutes past. Now, you might be among the nearly 6 million people in this country who have to juggle work and care.
Yeah, caring for a relative or even in some cases a friend. And many of those people who have to do that juggle every day say that they cannot use the 1 week's leave that they're entitled to by law because that week is not, in fact, paid leave. They simply can't afford to take a week off work. Now, we're going to speak now to DJ Naughty Boy, who looks after his mum, Zahid.